Hey guys, Swole here, and in this video we're going to be exploring the strengths and abilities of the elite warriors of the Demon Slayer Corps, the Hashira. These skilled swordsmen have been entrusted with the responsibility of protecting humanity from the demonic threat. They each possess a unique fighting style and personality that sets them apart from one another. Today we'll be ranking all 9 Hashira from weakest to strongest based on their strengths, abilities, and overall impact on the series. Before we get into the video, for me, I would really appreciate a like. It would really help immensely with the YouTube algorithm. Disclaimer before we get in the video, I'm gonna mispronounce names. I suck at pronouncing Japanese stuff. Anyways, let's get right into it, starting at number 9. Shinobu Kocho. The outward appearance of the insect Hashira Shinobu is a lie. She presents herself as laid back, serene, and amicable. Although she smiles, she has a dark and cruel soul, which is evident when she kills demons and taunts other Hashiras. Even though she claims to want to get along with the demons, she is excessively cruel to them, torturing them physically and using mind tricks when she engages them in combat. She does this out of the desire to exact revenge on the demons who killed her sister. Shinobu's physical abilities are inferior to those of her colleague Hashira, though she compensates for this with her inventiveness, slyness, and agility. Instead of a standard Nichiren sword, she wields a katana that has been modified to include a stinger for injecting deadly wisteria poison into demons. Shinobu uses insect breathing to boost her attacks and increase her speed, since her fighting style and weapon can't really be used to defend. Despite her amazing fighting ability, she still falls short of her peers, and that's nothing on her because they're just all incredibly powerful. Number 8. Tengen Uzui. The current sound Hashira is the colorful and eccentric Tengen Uzui. He gains echolocation and other advanced hearing abilities thanks to his breathing technique. He is very large and muscular. Honestly, he just has the dream physique, which he uses to his advantage. His fighting style is more concerned with aesthetics and flashiness rather than just brute power and attacks. He is the second physically strongest Hashira and the fastest out of all of them. He has great love for his 3 wives as well as the other Hashira, and he is ultimately kind and considerate. Tengen Uzui was actually raised as a shinobi, so his technique reflects decades of practice of sneaking around and enduring excruciating pain. However, in his later years, Tengen Uzui rejected all other aspects of the shinobi lifestyle because it devalues a warrior's subordinates to a dangerous degree. Tengen doesn't consider any human life to be worthless. The mission is never more important than their survival. And I know most people would put Shinobu above Tengen, but with his fight against the Upper Moon 6 Gyasro only having 1 arm and being poisoned to near death and still holding his own with him, I'm just gonna have to put him above Shinobu. But hey, the beautiful thing about being a human is that we all have our own opinions, so in the comments let me know where you would place Tengen on this list. Number 7. Kyojuro Rengoku. Kyojuro Rengoku, though now deceased, was the former Flame Hashira. He continued his father's legacy. Rengoku was an upbeat, hopeful, enthusiastic, and outspoken person. He believed that the strong had a duty to protect the weak at all costs. He was also honorable and passionate, with a pure, powerful love for everyone and everything around him. Instead of being the result of innate talent, his skills were the result of rigorous practice and discipline. Unlike his father, Rengoku thought if one worked hard enough, anyone could achieve their goals. Rengoku served as living evidence that this was feasible. With the help of his flame breathing and extrasensory perception, he faced the upper rank 3 demon, Akaza, and came close to defeating him. Unfortunately, Rengoku fell victim to Akaza's blood demon art and died defending Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. Rengoku was truly a great Hashira, and honestly, in my opinion, if he didn't have to protect everybody else on the Mugen train, he probably would have beaten Akaza. But hey, that's just my opinion, don't go crazy in the comments. Number 6. Mitsuri Kanroji. The Hashira of love, Mitsuri, is sensitive, caring, and well-loving, though because she is shy and easily flustered, she constantly compliments people in her head rather than out loud. Even though she's a kind person, she is able to put all of that behind her and ruthlessly slay demons. Mitsuri is as committed to killing them all as she is to finding a husband. These are her 2 main life goals. Despite having a small frame, Mitsuri actually has a unique muscular makeup that makes her muscles 8 times denser than those of a typical human. Additionally, she is more adaptable than all of the other Hashira. The breathing style that she developed herself is actually called love breathing. Love breathing is based off of flame breathing and is enhanced by Mitsuri's whip-like Nichiren sword, which gives it a very broad range of attack. Number 5. Obanai Igoro. The partially blind serpent Hashira Obunai is a very troubled man, merciless, petty, and full of self-loathing. His clan actually cut his mouth when he was 12 years old so that it would more closely resemble a snake, and he conceals these scars under the bandages of his face. Talk about a rough upbringing. This may contribute to his animosity. He is strict and unyielding even towards his fellow Hashira, humiliating them for their errors and making fun of their wounds from fighting quote-unquote weak demons. Obunai Igoro is a master of the sword. He has been asked to instruct the organization's lower ranks in the use of a sword. He also developed the serpent breathing technique all on his own. It can be used in conjunction with Obunai's pet snake to increase its effectiveness. It's actually a really cool fighting style. It attacks using twists and turns akin to how a serpent slithers. Obunai is very strong, but he's not really stronger than anybody else higher up on the list. It's kind of harder to scale him higher, so I think number 5 is a perfect spot. Number 4, Muichiro Tokito. Muichiro has a tendency to be forgetful and overconfident. Although some of this is due to his memory loss, his personality is befitting of a mist Hashira who are frequently wanderers and naturally a little hazy. He is led by logic rather than emotion, except for the rare but unsettling occasion when he loses control and erupts into an extreme rage. He is impassive to the point of appearing indifferent to those around him. It's important to note though that Muichiro isn't careless and is just as committed to his Hashira duty as any of the others are in slaying demons. He is a child prodigy who rose to the rank of Hashira in only 2 months and is the most accomplished mist-breathing demon slayer of his generation. So yeah, number 4 is definitely a fitting spot for him. Because this next person on the list, Muichiro is not taking him, let's just say that. Number 3, Gyu Torioka. Every generation of demon slayers has a water Hashira. Gyu, a stern and stoic man with little compassion for demonic kind. His approach to fighting them on the other hand is pragmatic, and he does not bring any strong emotions like hatred into his battle, as evidenced by his sympathy for Nezuko Kamado. As long as she can control her demonic urges, he promises to not kill her, though he is incredibly powerful and easily could, having developed his swordsmanship and breathing style to the point where he is able to invent a brand new technique. He is acutely aware of his limitations though, and he condemns those who recklessly waste their lives out of ego or impulse. Gyu may appear distant and cold at first, but he is genuinely concerned for his friends and the people he's in charge of. Sadly, people dislike him because of his antisocial nature and unwavering realistic sense of justice. Despite this, Gyu is an incredibly powerful ally in conflict. I mean, ranking in at number 3 as a Hashira is no joke. This last name I'm gonna mispronounce so bad, but let's just give it a try. Number 2, Sonomi Shina. Yo, I think I actually did a pretty good job there. Anyway, Sonomi is abrasive, hot-blooded, impulsive, and stubborn. The Wind Hashira will look for any excuse to be angry with someone. He appears to have the most bloodlust out of all of the Hashira, and his body is covered head to toe in battle scars. He is completely intolerant of all demons. All of his aggression seems to leave room for no other emotions. This might be the result of repression seen when he quickly moves on from loved ones' deaths. The Wind Hashira, like the rest of the Hashira, is an excellent fighter. Given the number of injuries he has sustained over the years, he is more resistant to physical pain than most other demon slayers. He has mastered the art of wind breathing, which is one of the demon slayer corps' most reliable techniques. He is so strong that even before he had a Nichirin blade, he was killing demons with his bare hands. The only other person who can match Sonomi's mastery of wind breathing is its original wielder. I mean, Sonomi is a straight demon, and if I didn't give him number 2, I would just be out of my mind. Number 1, Gyome Himejima. Stone Hashira Gyome, the group's gentle giant, has a huge body and an even bigger heart. He is soft-spoken, extremely sensitive, and almost always seen crying. The devout man always has prayer beads with him. His religious upbringing instilled in him a respect for all living creatures, including demons, and he is disgusted whenever he has to harm one. But because he despises suffering so much, he will overcome his aversion to inflicting pain in order to save humanity. He is the physically strongest Hashira, and instead of wielding a sword like a regular demon slayer, Gyome chooses to use a massive, powerful iron flail. In addition, Gyome rose in rank in just 2 months, much like the Mist Hashira Muichiro. Due to his lack of sight, he has enhanced hearing. He can increase his focus by using the repetitive action method, which is a technique practiced and taught by a few individuals from the Demon Slayer Corps. The technique allows the user to reach a state of total concentration breathing by opening all 5 senses, which makes it similar to the technique of breathing styles. Finally, his perseverance is also commendable because even when he is on the verge of losing, he can focus and muster up enough enough energy to win. Since no other Hashira comes close to matching his strength, the number 1 spot is well deserved. Anyways, that has been the end of the video. Let me know what you guys thought about this list and if you guys would change anything and why you would change that. But anyways, as always, it's been Swole and I'm out. Peace.